Hallo ihr Lieben, heute mal wieder ein kleines Skype Interview und diesmal mit der großartigen Juliana von Flight Ukuleles. Und ich bin so glücklich, weil sie lässt sich nicht oft interviewen, weil sie so viel zu tun haben. Es ist ein junges Unternehmen. Und so I'm very proud that you are here for a short or little interview over Skype. Thank you very much for that, Juliana. And please tell me where you come from. And why do you start a company like Flight Ukulele? What was the intention?
Hello, everyone. My name is Juliana, and Flight is based in Slovenia. And our goal with the objective with why we started making this business was that we wanted to sell ukuleles or just play ukuleles in our markets, like in Slovenia and the region. And we couldn't get access to good ukuleles back then because like 10 years ago, most of the ukuleles in the shops were like very cheap and very, I don't know if you remember those colorful ukes. And it was really hard to get hold of a good quality ukulele. So that's why we decided to go to China and start our own brand. And slowly it became more and more popular, and it expanded beyond Slovenia, and now we're like covering the whole of Europe and also countries outside of Europe like America and Australia and Latin America. So it's like really crazy how much it has grown like in 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. So 10 years, Flight is 10 years old, yeah. Or the idea of to sell ukuleles.
Yeah, Flight is 10 years old.
Okay, that's interesting. But I think in the last 1 year, 2 years, for example, I think you will go over the world and everybody knows your company name, and most of the ukulele players knows most of the instruments you will sell. That's really interesting. What do you make? You make also another way as the other companies, because you're very often on Instagram and Facebook and so on, and you have many artists where you talk with them or make special editions of them. I think this is a lot of fun, or is it a lot of work?
It's both. It is fun and a lot of work. You know, like when we started, we were a really unknown brand, and it was really difficult to do any kind of marketing, especially because we're based in Slovenia. So if we were based in the States, it's a little bit easier to become more known, because you can go to international festivals, to the like American festivals, you can endorse some American artists. But we didn't have access to that kind of possibilities. So we turned to internet, and I myself, I'm 32 years old. Like next month I will be 33. And I grew up watching or like learning things on YouTube because it was just the best and easiest way. So I learned how to do makeup on YouTube. I learned Korean language on YouTube. And I realized that when I was watching YouTube, for example, for makeup, and those makeup artists were saying, today I'm testing this eyeshadow for, from this brand. And then when I saw them testing that eyeshadow, I instantly wanted to buy it. So I thought, why don't we find some people who do something like that with the ukulele? And so we started collaborating with some YouTubers and back then there were like really not many of them. And I think we were the first brand who started doing so. Now it's like everybody wants to jump in this, and it's not the same as before. So now it became like a business. Like it's not so much for fun like in the past. And I think this allowed us to understand what do these ukulele people want and what are their wishes. So I think we have like the biggest experience working with different artists all over the world. So now we have artists in Argentina. We just launched signature ukulele with Argentinian girl called Marti Dominguez. So we are very excited about that, and we're just continuing to grow all over the world.
Cool. What I found is the Flight ukuleles have really a unique design. So if you take a look at some different ukuleles, I think you will find out this is a Flight ukulele because it's a special design. So is the design by yourself, or do you have a designer who make that?
We have a designer, and she's like really artistic and true artist. So she does all the designs by hand. If you mean the travel ukuleles especially, so they're all drawn by like hand. And then she puts them in digital form, and then we send them and test. But also we order her, like, for example, if we have an idea of doing this kind of ukulele on that kind of ukulele, then we share it with her. Like we have graffiti ukulele, so we asked her to design some ukulele in graffiti design. And now we're doing an anime ukulele.
Really?
Yes. Now we're working on that.
That's cool. And the artist, the designer, she's playing also ukulele, or she's only designing?
She's mostly designing, and she also designed a line of straps for us. So we're gonna have a line of straps which we're gonna show at RUhrkulele, which are not launched yet, and the designs will be similar to our travel ukulele. So if we have travel ukulele called Granada and Arcana, we will have straps called Granada and Arcana.
Cool. Sounds good. And are you playing the ukulele?
I am playing ukulele, yes, and also my husband plays ukulele, but we're not so good, so we don't like to do it in public, but we do it at home.
Okay, I will ask you many, many times next week. Let's play together. That's funny. Okay. And when I know how difficult it is to find the right partner for production, because I have also a little small coffee company and I need many people who will produce some things for me. So if you start 10 years ago, you thought, okay, we must go to China and must find a company who can produce the ukuleles for us. Was it really difficult to find someone and to have everything you want and the quality and so on? You know what I mean?
It was really difficult, but luckily we already had some experience working in that field because because we also have affiliation with the music stores here in Slovenia. Okay. So we already had contacts with some factories for guitars and electric guitars and stuff like that. So we continued search for the ukuleles. But yeah, it is very difficult to find good suppliers for ukulele factories. And yeah, especially nowadays when everybody wants to make ukuleles, and it's very difficult to find one which is doing like really good quality and which is different. So when we design, for example, the girl Anna that I told you who does the graphic design, she's only doing graphic design. But the designs for the ukes, who's choosing the wood, this is me and my husband are doing. And we go to China and we test the sound and we say, okay, this ukulele looks very pretty, but it sounds not so nice. So for us, the sound is the most important thing. So nowadays, when we build ukuleles, we always ask them to make us a sample of the model so we can test how it will sound. Because it doesn't, I don't know, we are not for building nice looking instruments that don't sound really well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, so all the releases that we're doing this year, all the long neck sopranos, the Heritage series, the Royal series, the New Princess series, all of them have like very big sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is something what many people who will play a flight ukulele told me, that looks nice and sounds really cool and really bright.
Thank you. You know, there is another brand, there is a German brand of cajones called Schlagwerk, and they have like very similar thinking. When we were talking, they said they always put the sound first, and then the price, and then the looks. Mm-hmm. Or another way, I don't know, but the sound always first.
Yeah, this is also important because I think it's very easy to use instruments for supermarkets and so on, but if you have a big point for quality and for the sound and so on, is very important. And I think this is something for your success. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is important, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and so what do you hear from music? Do you hear private also music with ukulele players, or do you hear something different?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Well, what I mean is, well, I play the ukulele, but I hear more metal. So, what is your kind of music you hear?
I grew up listening to drum and bass.
Okay.
And my husband, he listens metal, so he likes that.
Yeah.
Yes, and rock, like Whitesnake and stuff like that. And I like a lot the Doors and Led Zeppelin. So these are like my bands from the 60s, 70s, 80s. So they are nice. And yeah, and like 3 years ago, I really got into Korean pop, like Korean pop music, K-pop, and I was like listening to it quite a lot. But now, kind of, as it became so commercial, it's not so much fun before, because it was fun when it was underground for me.
Yeah. It's off. Sometimes it's a way that if it's too commercial, then it's not so much fun anymore.
And a lot of K-pop bands, they have like a lifespan of like 3 years, and then after 3 years they just disband or disappear. So like all the bands that I was listening 2013, they're not functioning anymore. So, and the new ones are not the same.
Okay, so if you like Led Zeppelin, do you know the band called Juliana von Flight?
Yeah.
Of
course.
You must hear this band if you don't know that.
No, I like them. They're cool.
Yeah, absolutely, really cool. And if you hear music, do you hear it in the radio during driving the car, or do you sit down on a chair and really only hear the music and enjoy the music?
Most of the times I use it like coffee. So if I am working, for example, and I'm like feel a little bit sleepy, then I put like some hard drum and bass, and it's like really like making me a little more energetic. So I really like powerful music, which gives me like energy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I asked that because I have interviewed many professional musicians, and for the most professional musicians, it's really hard to hear only the music, because they make the whole day music, and then the best thing for them is to have silence. This is what I found out, because I showed it in a video a few days ago with the RUhrkulele ukulele.
Yeah.
And really, I like the travel ukulele. I like all the other ukuleles from you too, but the travel ukulele is really cool, and it's so it's unbreakable. my daughter throw them away. It was not her opinion, but so no scratches, nothing, and sound is good. It's really, really, really loud. This is something what you say or what told us before. And on the last Wacken festival, I have all the travel ukulele with me, and she's getting wet, and she lies the whole festival in my tent and so on. But sound good, nothing was happened with the ukulele, and you can play it. This is unbelievable. When I saw this the first time and saw, okay, most of this ukulele is plastic, is ABS or whatever, I thought, oh, come on, this is not the right way. It cannot be here like a ukulele, but it here like a ukulele. So what was the idea of it? So did you and your husband, you sit there and say, okay, let's build up a travel ukulele and we make a plastic one? Or what was the way to
Actually, like plastic ukuleles already existed, like, I don't know, like 60 years ago. You had those McCafferys, those bodies that were like selling in millions. So it's like not super new idea. And then you have like some other brands in the States who make plastic ukuleles. I think I know at least 3 brands who make plastic ukuleles.
Yeah, the Waterman and so on. But if you hear this ukulele and you hear this ukulele, there's different things.
Yes, because Waterman, they are full plastic, and this one has a wooden top. So yeah, our thinking was to have like a wooden top, and then we found out that it was resonating really well.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted something sturdy, which would sound good, and which, we found out that if we ship to some dry countries like Mexico and Russia, that there is a lot of problems with the frets, like the wood gets really dry and then the frets start to come out. And with this ukulele, you will never have such problems. So now we're like having really good sales in the dry countries with this kind of product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really congratulations, because this is a really cool travel ukulele, absolutely, and with a great sound. And what I also, when I do the unboxing of this and try it and take a look and say, oh wow, Aquila strings.
Yeah.
I think you're the only one company who uses name really good strings for the instruments, because the other one are using the cheapest strings ever, and you're using Aquila. Was a good choice.
Thank you. Yeah, I think other strings don't go so well with this uke. I think Akuleles really work on this type of ukulele. We tried other strings and they were not working as well. So.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, great, good to know, because I just thought about to make my worth strings on it, but I didn't change it. But yeah, because you buy a ukulele which is really cheap. It's in Germany you pay, I don't know, 50 euros, 60 euros for the travel one, and you get good strings, you get a good gig bag for it, and you can play. Yeah, this is really cool.
A gig bag could be improved, but we wanted to keep the cost. We wanted to make it affordable, because if the cost goes up by like 5 euros because of the gig bag only, then it would not be so affordable. So it would not be so good for children.
Ah, okay.
Because we want all ukulele players to enjoy it, from like super small kids to grown-ups.
Okay, good to know. Yeah. Great. So, and next week you will come to Germany, to one of the greatest cities in the world, to Essen.
Yes, we're super excited.
I'm very sure that you didn't hear the name of our city before.
I think I did, but I'm not sure in what context. So I knew that it existed.
Yeah, you need to know that Essen is it's called Ruhrgebiet, Ruhrpott, and we have the biggest school for musicians here, with over 11,000 people who learn different instruments.
That's
and
amazing.
It's absolutely, and we have a big university where for art, for acting and music and dancing and so on, is really famous in Europe. When you will stay at your and will show your flight ukuleles, on the other side there's this university.
Oh, cool.
So if we have a little bit of time, I will show you. But Essen is something. It's not like Munich or Cologne or so, where everybody knows the city. Yeah, this is the reason. But I'm very happy and very proud that you will come to us, and we'll show some cool instruments. And do you have some news? Do you have some instruments you didn't show before?
Yes, we have the long neck travel ukulele, and we have 4 new models in the Princess series, because we had like just 1 or 2 ukuleles in the Princess series, and now we have 4 more. So because they're all Princess series, so we gave them very like princessy names, like Antonia, Sophia, Leia, Princess Leia.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you need to know the brother from my wife is a big Star Wars fan, and he will make the merchandising at the RUhrkulele next week. So, but he didn't play an instrument, but I think he will buy one.
Okay, they're like super cool. You know why we call it Leia? Because it's a thin body. So it's like very thin ukulele, but it sounds like really loud, and it has solid cedar top and acacia back and side, so it's like quite good spec. And the price is like quite affordable. It's about 200 euros.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Really cool.
With a gig bag.
Okay. And you will show this next week on the RUhrkulele?
Yes, they arrive tomorrow, and then we will send them to you. So don't worry.
Great. Okay. So, Juliana, thank you very much for your time. We will talk next week a little bit more in detail and drink a little wine.
Yes, yes.
Or two or three.
Yeah, we are very excited about the festival, and also Elise Eklund is very excited about the festival. And then one more girl is gonna come from Finland. One more Instagram ukulele girl called Anna Damita. Damita, I think. I'm not sure. She changed her name today, but before her name was Meet My Ukulele on Instagram. So she's also coming, and like we're all very excited. Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes.
Well, you need to know we just moved the concert on Saturday to another location.
Okay.
So we're a little bit more free. So I think for one or two songs, it will possible for your Instagram stars to go.
Cool.
I do my very best.
Okay, perfect.
Because we need to change it because we need a little bit more space for the exhibition, and we have some problems regarding the organization, because you need to know it's the first time for me to do the organization for a festival in this size, because it's bigger and bigger and growing and growing.
You know how many people signed up? I think about 20 people signed up already just to meet Elise.
Oh man. Okay, need more bodyguards.
Yes, and you know, like, because she's very popular between young people, like teenagers. I think it's very good to that the young people will come to your festival, and then they will see the ukulele culture, and then maybe they will stay for the concert. I don't know, but it's good that I think Flight and like our collaboration with Elise Eklund is really, really good for teenagers, like bringing teenagers into music. Because if you go, like I'm in this business for like over 10 years, and everywhere we go, you always hear complaining like young people don't play music anymore. Young people just want to play computer games. They just want DJs, stuff like that. Yeah. And actually, ukulele is the only thing where you can still inspire young kids to get into music, and it's easy and it's like really cool. And now it has this modern image. So with having people like Elise Eklund helping us promote us, I think we can breathe. Like we can show that there is not everything is lost with the modern kids. Yeah.
Well, this is we have one special workshop on the RUhrkulele called the Family Uke, because we have really famous teachers here, and they start a workshop where a whole family can come, will get some instruments, and they try together to learn some songs on the ukulele. And we are very surprised because many families ordered this workshop on the RUhrkulele, and I think it's important that you will take a look. If the workshop is running, that you will come to the workshop and take a look how they do this, because my opinion is also on the RUhrkulele to generate new ukulele players and people who love the music and these instruments. You know, that's the reason why the exhibition is for free, that everybody can come. That the concerts, you can order the tickets for the concerts only for this concert and not for the whole weekend and so on. This is the reason, because it's so important to bring the people that this is a great instrument and it's really professional and so on, and you can easily learn it. Ne? If you will walk through our little city, you will see so many people with violins and so on, because the university, you know.
Let's hope that the university, like 20 years, they will teach you ukulele.
I think they're on a good way, because the university and the music school is one company, you know. And the music school started at the beginning of this year the ukulele workshops.
Good.
To teach it. Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's also important that you will talk with them, with the teachers. Yeah. Okay. So I'm very happy and very excited that you will come next week, also with Elise and so on, and that we can talk together. I do my very best that everybody have enough space to see Elise and get some pictures and so on.
Thank you so much.
And I'm also a little bit nervous that everything will work, but
it will be okay. Ukulele people are happy people.
So. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If not, I will leave the town and then this. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much that you told us a little bit about your company. And we will talk together next week on the RUhrkulele.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.